All right, so we're learning about linear systems and how to make a linear system when we have a word problem. So let's go ahead and read this word problem together. The Madison local high school marching band sold, gift wrap to earn money for a band trip to Orlando, Florida. The gift wrap in solid colors sold for $4 per roll, and the gift wrap sold for $6 per roll. The total number of rolls sold was 480. The total amount of money collected was 2,340. How many rolls of each kind of gift wrap were sold? Okay, so what I like to do in order to help myself break this down, I'm going to make a table here on my paper. Okay, I'm going to break it up into 3 different parts. Okay, in this very right part over here, I'm going to write totals. Okay, so that means here and here, what are the different totals I'm given? It's a good place to start, just so that I can break this problem apart a little bit better. So, what are my different totals that I've been given in this problem? Well, again, according to the information given, okay, we have 480 rolls that were sold, right? Because the almost the last sentence, the total number of rolls sold was, let me change this here real quick. We'll do that, that's fine. All right, total number of rolls sold was 480. So that means I have 480 rolls. And it's very important to write the units. Have to write the units because it will help us later. Okay. There we go. All right, and then the total amount of money collected, so total money collected was $2,340. So $2,340. Okay, so those are the 2 different totals I have, and I always want to write that first when I have a word problem. All right, the next thing I like to write are the 2 different categories. And again, this makes it real easy to know what categories we're talking about if we wrote the units. So 480 rolls. So my first category is rolls. Okay. And my second category, again, is talking about $2,340, or I'll just write money. All right, then the last thing we talk about are the types of something. So is there 2 of the same thing, like they both belong together, but they're different kinds or different types? So the common example is, okay, we have bread, but there's white bread and wheat bread. There's soda, but there's Coke and Pepsi. So they're the same thing, but there's 2 different kinds or 2 different types of it. Okay, let's go back up to the word problem. It looks like it said solid colors. So I have solid color rolls. And then I also have print gift wrap. So solid and print are my two different types. So again, they're the same thing, solid wrap and get print wrap, but those are the 2 different things. All right, so now that we have all of our different pieces set up, as far as we know what the totals are, the categories, the solids and the prints and the types, now here's how I use the information. So now I have to ask, how many solid rolls did I use? And again, that information would go here. So, how many solid rolls did I use? Does it say that in the information? Again, we know how much it costs per roll, but do we know how many rolls we sold? We don't. So, what we're going to do is, we're just going to write X there. Because again, we don't know. How many solid rolls do we use? We have no idea. So, I'm going to put X. Okay? And now the print rolls. How many print rolls did I sell? Again, I have no idea. So we have to put another variable, put Y. So, and again, this makes sense, right? X plus Y, meaning the number of solid rolls I use, plus the number of print rolls I use, equals 480. That makes sense to me. All right, now, let's go to the other one. So now we're going to talk about how much money does a solid roll cost? How much money does a solid roll cost? Well, it tells me it's $4 per roll. So $4 per roll. But again, I don't know how many rolls I have, so that's why I'm going to put 4x. Because it costs $4 per roll, but again, we don't know how many rolls we use. but I know it costs $4 a roll, so I'll put 4x. Plus, and then how much money does a print roll cost? Again, it says $6 per roll, so 6y equals. All right, so now I've set up everything in my boxes. So what I'm going to do is take it all out of the box here. So x plus y equals 480. And 4x plus 6y equals 2340. Now, again, this looks a lot like those elimination problems we were doing. So what I do is, elimination, it would be the best method here. I have to make inverses, very important. And again, let's go ahead and try to eliminate the x's here. So what number needs to go? So if I have a positive 4x on the bottom, the inverse of positive 4x is negative 4x. So in order to get that, I have to multiply by negative 4x to everything on the top. Okay? So that's going to give me negative 4x minus 4y equals, I'm going to do some margin math here, 480 times 4, 0, 2, bring over the 3, 16, 19, 1920. But it's negative 1920. And then the bottom equation doesn't change because we didn't do anything to it. But most importantly, we now have our inverses. That's what we need in order to combine them, so let's do it. So negative 4 plus 4 is 0x. Negative 4 plus 6 is 2y. And then 1920, negative 1920 plus positive 2340. Again, I have to do some margin math here. 2340 minus the different signs, so we subtract. 0, 2, 1, got to borrow, 13, 4, 420. Okay? And what happens to 0x? It becomes eliminated. And then to get y by itself, we divide by 2. And y equals 210. Okay, so now we know y equals 210, but with any linear system, we have to also find x. So let's plug this 210. Again, I can use any equation I want. I can use the equation in the table, the equations in black, the equations in red. So I'm going to plug it in to this one right here. Why not? The one on top, which is x plus 210 equals 480. Right? That's the easiest equation we have. And then in order to get x by itself, we have to combine like terms. And so that means we have to subtract 210. And x equals, let's see, 0, 7, 1, 170. Excuse me, 270. Whoops. 4 minus 2 is 2. All right, so now here's the most crucial step of why we're doing it with word problems. So I know x is 270, y is 210, but when we're talking about real life, you don't just say, oh, the ordered pair is 270, 210. You actually have to explain what the variables mean. So remember back here, solid print was x, and solid colors was x, and print was y. So that means I sold 270 solid rolls, right? Because x is solid. And then y is print, so 210. So then I also sold 210 print rolls. Okay? And I know this was pretty overwhelming. So if you need to, you are more than welcome to watch this video again, go through all those different pieces. But so the first step, make the table. Second step, bring it out and solve the system. The third is to interpret the answer. What do the variables mean? So there's your example.